Hey everybody, welcome back to The Way Ramen. Today we have a request from Shaowen Lo, I doubt I'm pronouncing that correctly, for a recipe for Hiyashi Chuka. Now Hiyashi Chuka is technically not ramen, it's like ramen's cousin that only comes to visit during the summer when it's too hot. Well, it's still super hot here in Hawaii, so I decided to do this one today. I never made Hiyashi Chuka before, so this one I'm going in blind again, but I found a recipe online and I think I did okay. But definitely if you've made Hiyashi Chuka before and you have any tips, please share them down in the comments below. Alright, let's get right into this one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to prep some toppings. So I'm slicing some cucumbers here into strips, and I'm going to cut some grape tomatoes. Usually you use regular tomatoes for this, I guess, but I like grape tomatoes. You can use whatever you want. Put these in the fridge to keep them cooled for later. Next we're going to get a chicken breast and poke some holes in it with a fork. This is supposed to help it cook more evenly and help the seasoning get into it when it's cooking. I don't know if that's true, but the recipe says to do it, so I'm going to do it too. Add 800 milliliters of water to a pot. Then add 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of salt. Stir to combine everything together and then bring this to a boil. When the water is boiling, add your chicken breast. Bring the water back to a rolling boil, then turn off the heat and cover the pot. You're going to let the pot cool down naturally, and this will cook the chicken in a way that will prevent it from drying out. Next, we're going to make what's called Kinshitamago, or egg ribbons. Now, you're supposed to use 2 eggs for this. I didn't know that we only had 1 egg left in the fridge when I started filming, so that's what I got, but use 2 eggs. Add a pinch of sugar and a pinch of salt and whisk well. Heat up a pan and add some oil in it, and pour in your egg. Swirl it around to create a thin layer. And as you can see, I didn't have enough egg here, but it still worked, kind of. When the egg is about 90% cooked, cover the pan and set it on the side. You're going to let the steam finish the cooking for you. And after a few minutes, your egg should come off the pan relatively easily. It's going to be very thin, so you have to be careful when you're transferring it to your cutting board. You don't want it to tear. Roll the egg and cut it into thin strips. And there you have Kinshitamago, or egg ribbon. Next, you can get your chicken breast out of the braising liquid and pat it dry with a paper towel. Then either with your fingers or with a fork, shred the chicken into bite-sized strips. Put these into the fridge for later with your other toppings. Next, we're going to make the Gomadare. I actually tried 2 different recipes for this video, so here's the first one. Grate about 1 teaspoon of ginger into a bowl. To that, add 3 tablespoons of Nerigoma, which is like a roasted sesame paste. I didn't have Nerigoma, so I'm just using Tahini instead. Add 3 tablespoons of shoyu, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, and 100 milliliters of the braising liquid from your chicken. Whisk this together until it has a nice smooth consistency, and your Gomadare option 1 is done. I tasted it and I wanted to have a little bit more sesame taste, so I added a little bit more sesame oil. That's optional. Here's another method to make a lighter tasting Gomadare. Into a blender, add 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds and blend it well until the seeds start to form like a loose paste. Then add 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of Lee Kum Kee chicken stock powder, half a tablespoon of rice vinegar, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and 4 tablespoons of water. Blend it all together, and you have Gomadare number 2. It has a much lighter taste and feel than the first one. If you want, you can finely mince some green onion whites and some ginger, and you can add it to the tare right before you serve it. Although I kind of found that this kind of waters down the taste of this, so if you're going to do this, do it right before you're going to eat it. Next, we're gonna cook the noodles. I'm still working through my Costco-sized pack of Sun noodles, so I'll just be using that today. Cook the noodles as according to the directions, then shock them in an ice bath and strain them out. Alright, it's finally time to put it all together. Place your chilled noodles onto a plate. Add your cucumbers, your tomatoes, shredded chicken or deli ham if you went the deli ham route, your Kinshitamago, and some radish sprouts. These are optional. Top with your Gomadare, and there you have a plate of Hiyashi Chuka. Now the requester said that their Hiyashi Chuka tasted like early summer. I don't know if this one tasted that good, but it definitely tasted like Hiyashi Chuka. I think using homemade egg noodles might be better than using packaged noodles in this case, so I'll definitely try that the next time. If you made Hiyashi Chuka before, please share your tips in the comments below. Like I said, this is my first time making this, so there's probably a lot of room for improvement. I think the weather here should start getting a little cooler soon, so I can get back into making real ramen again. It's been miserably hot this summer. How's the weather where you're at? Is it cold enough to fully enjoy ramen yet? Anyways, if you have any questions or comments or requests, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. And if you like this video and you want to see more ramen related content, please like and subscribe. And while I'm at it, give me a follow on Instagram too, @WayofRamen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.